And now, to kick off the keynote, please welcome Senior Vice President of the Service Cloud and General Manager, please welcome Bill Patterson.
Hello, Dreamforce. Oh, we got to do that again. Hello, Dreamforce. Welcome to day 2. How about that this morning with Michelle Obama? Wasn't that amazing? Unbelievable. There was not a dry eye in my row when that video played and she walked out to meet with us all today. So inspiring. We have an outstanding keynote for you all today. We have amazing products, new innovation, and most importantly, successful customers. But I am incredibly excited to be with you here today because this is my very first Dreamforce. Yeah, I've been in the industry for almost 20 years, leading customer service innovation teams, helping organizations transform with service, but in a little bit of a different ecosystem. A little bit more blue, a little less cloudy ecosystem. And now I can tell you, it is incredible to be here with you today, to hear from you, to inspire you, to learn from you, and most importantly, to thank you for being our customers. Thank you for coming here to being service trailblazers. Thanking you for committing to transform customer service in your organization. And if it is your first time here at Dreamforce, please stand up. Come on, everybody, don't be shy. Thanking all of our rookies who are here today, trying to find their way across Moscone here in San Francisco. As you heard Mark yesterday, we are in the 4th Industrial Revolution. And what this means for customer service teams is that we must work harder to transform service like never before. You know, we're all consumers. We're all customers. We engage with brands on our phones, our devices, on social media. And what that means for businesses is we must look at new ways to deliver service and equip our teams with new scale where customers have heightened expectations. This is where the promise of Salesforce comes together with delivering amazing intelligence that transforms all of our lives. And we ourselves are trailblazers. You saw, again, great trailblazers with the golden hoodie being awarded. By the way, I don't have a hoodie yet, so if I can get one of those by the end of the week, I'll be a happy man. But really, it is us that are the disruptors, the innovators, the shapers who are going to transform service into this next generation. And we need the power of this ecosystem to really propel ourselves into new heights like never before. We believe that blazing your trail to service transformation occurs in 3 ways. Elevating service to be more strategic than just a departmental objective or a singular department in your company. It's also about empowering agents for the next generation of great care with great intelligence, insights, and also great training to retrain a workforce that needs to think digital first. And then also in that digital first way, it is about engaging customers where they are, where they expect us to be, and ensuring we have great technology that brings it all together. Thank God we have the Service Cloud platform, the #1 platform for service. Service Cloud is the only solution out here today that delivers customer at the center, but then builds every interaction model around the customer to help us drive service like never before. From customer service to field service to self-service, all the way into the next generation where we see AI getting into the hands of our agents, Service Cloud aims to transform the world of service for all of us around the world. We're going to start our journey and use this keynote walking across this arc of engagement and helping you see throughout the day all kinds of new innovation, all kinds of great announcements that you can take advantage of now to help your business usher in the next generation of customer service. And it starts today with KONE, who we will focus on to really showcase the power of customer service and field service coming together like never before. What's great about KONE, and by the way, we're all customers of KONE. If you got down onto this show floor or this showroom on an escalator today, you're a KONE customer. In fact, there are over 1 billion customers that KONE moves every day through our cities to help us get to where we work, where we play, and where we live to drive our lives. So KONE is going to showcase the power of customer service, field service coming together and making it such that the organization in the office now can actually work in partnership with those out in the field. But it starts with Service Cloud Lightning. Our next generation Lightning experience is now in your hands to elevate productivity like never before. You know, when I started my career in customer service, collaboration was held by putting a customer on hold and yelling over the cubicle to ask for help. That's how we got help. That's how we got help, you know, in solving complex problems. What we've done now with Service Cloud Lightning, we've put collaboration in the center. So you have now a case feed of all the interactions, you have a knowledge feed of all your knowledge articles, and you have an escalation ability to actually send cases right to the escalation agents and really route that work like never before. This centralized opportunity around driving the process of support is what's leading to 31% faster case resolution from customers who run Service Cloud in their organization. 31%. That's amazing. That is saving, you know, minutes and hours of every day of every interaction, millions of dollars for some organizations to transform service, and again, help them drive the next generation of support for their organization. We're also here today to announce Lightning Flow. And this, guys, is amazing. This is awesome. This is about taking customer service and becoming more process-centric, not object-centric, for driving support across your organization. Lightning Flow is about defining simple, adaptable, industry-specific business processes and embedding them right into your workforce. Now, it's not just about, you know, making business processes work. We've been doing that for a long time. But what we now can do with Lightning Flow is take a business process like a claims management process in insurance and make that such that, to put that process right into the hands of customers. And now customers can be part of your business process. This is how we connect to customers in new ways. It's about putting process into the hands of customers and letting them become part of the actors in an interaction flow. This is what helps organizations save time, money, and resources when working with a more process-centered support system. This is awesome. Can't wait for you to see this in the demonstrations. And then lastly, for organizations that need to work out in the field, to bring the inside the office and outside the office support workers together on the same page, Field Service Lightning has been designed to automate the process of support like never before. For organizations that need to schedule and dispatch workers, Field Service Lightning has been built for you. You can automate your parts, your people, and like I said in the prior slide, your processes. And it helps you now get more proactive about scheduling resources to deliver great care. Now, we've talked about IoT a few times here at Dreamforce, and I could not be more happy to show you the power of Salesforce IoT working with Field Service Lightning today to transform service, like you'll see in the KONE example a little bit later. As I mentioned, KONE is a trailblazer. KONE is transforming the way in which their products and services are delivered, so it really is about optimizing the flow of our everyday lives. And again, we are all KONE customers, you know, here in Moscone. It's fantastic to see all of us, you know, elevators are awesome. I'm sorry. They go up, they go down, and they make it so guys like me don't have to continuously do the stairs. Thank you. Yeah, there's a clap for the elevators. Great. Someone told me that the business is great, but it has its ups and downs. There you go. There's a good joke for you. Anyway, let's go ahead and roll the film where you can now see the power of KONE in action.
We're living incredibly interesting times. We have 200,000 people moving into cities every day. The way people live and work is changing. How do we find a way to differentiate when the markets are changing in a very significant way? We have been in this business for over 100 years, installing elevators and escalators, servicing them and modernizing them. There's about 1 billion rides on this equipment every day, but we have never seen such a profound change as we see today.
We realized that we weren't in the hardware business. We weren't in the elevator and escalator and doors business only. We're in the people business. Let's take a step to the future. Let's look forward at the customers, not at the equipment. That's what's going to differentiate us from our competitors.
Digital disruption is bringing an enormous amount of opportunity. Salesforce has been a guiding light, showing us what is possible when you platform everything around the customer.
From a historical perspective, when you were the customer service person, it was very difficult to understand everything that was going on. They weren't able to answer the customer's questions because they didn't have the information. With Field Service Lightning, they now have a 360-degree view of that customer. Dispatchers can see where the technicians are, who has the shortest journey time to get there, who has the right skill for that type of equipment.
We now have more and more of our elevators and escalators real-time connected. IBM Watson helps us understand in detail what's happening to the equipment. With Einstein, we then link our field service to this equipment condition.
The technicians have the ability to look and see, okay, the most likely issue that we have is this. Customer service is and will be a people business, but enabled and assisted by Einstein and Watson.
With Salesforce, we have clearly strengthened our growth in services. We can serve our customers in an individualized way and do it with a quality, reliability, and transparency that hasn't been seen before in this industry.
Now, let's see the platform that powers 1 billion people every day and serves over 1 million contracts for customers around the world. Please join me in welcoming my colleague, Dana Cherry, to the stage to showcase the power of Service Cloud. Go get him, dude.
Good afternoon, Service Trailblazers. Thank you all for being here. Now, I'm pretty excited to be on this stage today for a couple of reasons. This is probably going to be the only time that I get to share a stage with Michelle Obama. I want to emphasize perhaps, or maybe, a girl can dream. I'm also excited because I get to share in this story about KONE. KONE is blazing a trail by putting their customers first. And while they are a global leader in the elevator and escalator industry, they are truly differentiating their business with service, with putting their customers first. For KONE, monitoring and proactively maintaining equipment is critical to the success of their customers. So let's take a look at how KONE can use Salesforce, IBM Watson, and Field Service Lightning to transform connected service. Now, as I mentioned, KONE is using Salesforce and IBM Watson to intelligently assess the health of their elevators and escalators, their smart equipment. In fact, with Salesforce IoT, you can take action on device data coming in from any IoT platform, like IBM Watson. And that's what we're seeing here. This is a visual representation of device data. Data coming in from the smart KONE elevators on the Dreamforce campus. And those bubbles that you're looking at, super technical term, of course, well, they represent that device data. And they represent the signals that are coming in from that connected equipment. In fact, it looks like that early warning bubble, it just got bigger. And when we investigate it further, we can see that a signal has come in indicating that a pair of elevator doors are opening and closing slower than usual. It's also telling us that a work order has been automatically generated in Service Cloud. So now let's go ahead and take a look at that work order. Yes, here we are in Field Service Lightning, built on Service Cloud. And this is where our KONE dispatcher, Gary, hey Gary, he has a complete view of all the jobs and resources out in the field. The different colors of those jobs, they represent the different statuses that they're in, whether they're dispatched or scheduled or already completed. It looks like that job that we just heard about, that it got assigned to George Barnes. But as Gary is taking a look, he spots an alert. That job is now in jeopardy. George just got stuck in serious Dreamforce traffic. Nothing I'm sure we can relate to, of course, right? Well, Gary knows that this job needs to get reassigned. But he has help. Why? Because Field Service Lightning includes an intelligent scheduling engine. That means it's automatically scheduling jobs based on technician skills, their availability, their location, and any other key business rules. This job just got automatically reassigned to Beth, another technician who just happened to be nearby. All right, well, Gary knows that the jobs around the Dreamforce campus are kind of a top priority this week. So he wants to make sure those get assigned. To do that, he's gonna look at his map view, and here he has a complete view of all the jobs in that defined Dreamforce territory. Kinda looks familiar. I've seen that logo before. He can, in one click, schedule all the jobs in that exact territory. Talk about productivity. All right, now let's check in with our technician, Beth. She manages her day using the Field Service Lightning mobile app, and she's just arrived on the Dreamforce campus. Here, she has a complete view of all the jobs she's assigned to. And she can even see her chatter feed, where she can collaborate with her colleagues. Now, not only is this app beautifully designed, but it's also available on iOS and Android. How about that? And it was built to be offline first, which means Beth can access and update information even when she has no cell service. So Beth is gonna go ahead and get this job started. And when she does, she's gonna be presented with more information about that job. She's gonna be able to see all of the steps that she needs to complete to get that job done. All right, so we're gonna keep going because here we go. And there's her contact. She can get directions in the app, she can contact the account owner, she can contact the customer, she can see their service history, and now she's gonna get started on that job. Here we are, start elevator door repair. When she starts that job, she's instantly presented with the guided steps for completing that job. First, one of KONE's top priorities is, of course, the safety of their technicians. So she's gonna make sure that elevator is offline. Next, Einstein is embedded into the app to make this job easier for her to complete as well. Typically, when Beth was replacing a part, she would have to look up the part code in a massive catalog. Talk about a total time killer. Now she can use the power of image recognition with Einstein Vision to capture that part, to confirm that it's the right one for this job. There we are, Beth. Yeah, there you go, you got it. Next, Einstein's not stopping there. Einstein's also gonna serve up the knowledge article with the exact instructions for completing that job. Again, saving her time and making her more productive. All the steps lined out right there. Now, with a little handiwork, Beth is able to replace that part. You go, girl. And once she does, she wants to update her inventory. To do that, with one tap, she can go ahead and instantly update her inventory. No paperwork, no spreadsheets. Now, to wrap up that job, Beth is gonna generate a service report and capture the customer's signature directly in the app. Look at how much time she saved. Look at how much more productive she's been. Folks, we just used IoT, Field Service Lightning, Einstein, all on the same platform to solve this customer's issue before they even knew they had one. Think about that. Think about the power of that for your organization. And with that, thank you, and back to you, Bill.
Amazing capabilities to drive the next generation of productivity. But elevating service goes beyond simply having great technology. We talked about this yesterday. It's about the application of technology to solve our problems, which is really about strategy. And I could not think of a better person to join us on stage today to share in the strategy of KONE than their Chief Executive Officer, Henrik Ehrnrooth, on stage to share in his perspective how they're driving the next generation of business with Service Cloud. Henrik? Henrik, welcome to Dreamforce.
Thank you.
I have a very
Excited to be
simple.
here.
I'm happy you're here as well. I have a very simple question to start with you today. What makes you a trailblazer?
What's made us a trailblazer at KONE is that when we look a few years back, at KONE we were known for our great products, our elevators and escalators. But when we talk to our customers, they were saying that on the services side, which is so important for the life cycle, that we were all more or less the same. So we decided that we actually want to provide for each of our 450,000 customers, for all the 1 billion rides every day, an individualized service. We wanted to serve our customers in the way they want to be served, no longer this one-size-fits-all. And we can see that that is differentiating us in a very significant way. And the way we came to this was that we saw that when we think about everything from a customer's perspective, we always, when we have a problem, we think about how does this look from a customer perspective? What is important to them? How do we help them succeed in their business? Then we can resolve amazing things and innovate in a much better way.
We're in a room full of trailblazers, and yet many of us still struggle sometimes to take our business processes and make them customer-centric. What advice might you share with the folk in the room here about how they need to become more customer-centric like you've done?
Of course, it's always a journey. And the most important, the way we have made progress is to always think about how can we help our customers succeed? How do we help them improve their business? And we have shown very clearly that when we do that, then we benefit. And when the organization gets this understanding, then you can make amazing progress. And it's not talking about technologies within the company, because that can sometimes confuse people or get people anxious if you only talk about technology. But when you talk about what we can do to our customers, how we are helping improve their business, and when people can see that, hey, this helps us win much more, this means that we have much happier customers, and we are differentiated from competition, that is when you get a lot of people behind it and make good progress.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm also really excited to have a chief executive officer here with us in the room. You know, many of us don't have the opportunity very often to meet with CEOs of major corporations. What advice might you give all of us here today about influencing our executive teams to become part of that transformation opportunity in the businesses that we're all represented here with?
Well, it's about showing example. It's about being out there. And it's about, when people see that an approach like that works, then they will start following it. And it's amazing what great ideas they come up with and what new innovations and improvements they can do. And again, so show interest, be interested in it, be involved, and don't talk about the technology, because again, I think that creates more confusion. Talk about the outcomes and how we are helping our customers improve their business, and when we help them improve their business, how we benefit.
Excellent. Thank you again, Henrik.
Thank you, Bill.
Our next chapter is all about empowerment, and I could not be more pleased to introduce my colleague, maybe even my cousin, to the stage, Sarah Patterson, to share in our next journey.
Thanks, Bill. So as Bill alluded, we're still trying to figure out exactly how we're related. We know it's on the Canadian side somewhere. So if one of you out there in the audience can figure this out and let us know how Bill and I are related, there might be a hoodie in it for you. Maybe even a golden hoodie. But as Bill said, we now want to talk a little bit about how all of you can empower not just your customers, but all of your employees, your agents. This is something that when we talk to businesses every single day, they're asking us, how can we accelerate the service that we're providing by empowering every single person to either find the right answer on their own or empowering every single employee at our company to provide fantastic customer service. Now, for those of you in the audience who don't know me, I am a mom of 2 little kids at home. I have a 2-year-old and an 8-month-old. So you can imagine that when I've got a problem with something, when I need to find an answer somewhere, I am a self-service first customer. But you know what? I am not alone. 81% of your customers are going to try self-service as their first option to get their question answered. Think about that. That's 4 out of every 5 of your customers is going to go to Google, is going to try searching around to see if they can find their answer first before they reach out to your company. Now, this is either the best news that you have heard all day because you realize that this is going to help you scale your business without scaling all of your support costs, or this is a little anxiety-provoking because you're sitting there wondering, what type of self-service experience does my company have? Well, we at Salesforce have your back. We have Lightning customer communities that allow you to empower every single customer with connected self-service. Why connected? Because even in self-service, your customers want a personalized experience. They want you to take all of the data that you know about them, about what products they purchased, and use that to provide and serve up the answers to help them figure out what's going on faster, even in a community. And that's what you can do with our Lightning customer community, because it is built on the world's #1 CRM platform. And these are not only easy to stand up, and in fact, our customers can stand up these beautifully branded communities in a matter of weeks. But as Bill talked about earlier, we have Lightning Flow. You can now easily embed guided business processes right into these communities. If you're in insurance, this means that your customers can launch and file a claim all on their own from the community. That's powerful for your business. This is so important, just self-service, just being able to help your customers find an answer, that we want to make it easy for all of you to get started. So if you own Salesforce Knowledge, you can now stand up your own help center for free. That's right, let me repeat it. With our self-service community starter, if you own Salesforce Knowledge, you can now stand up your own help center for free. That's how much we want to make it easy for all of you and all of your customers to find the right answer in self-service. But you know what? We want to go one step further. All right, we're getting an applause for that. That's great. Thank you. We want to go one step further than that. We want to take the best that we have launched over the past year in artificial intelligence and use this to help all of your customers find the right answer even faster, even in a community. That's right, we have Einstein answers. Now, when your customers are asking questions in the community, Einstein is looking at those questions, and then it's looking at all of the knowledge in your database and even all of the Q&A that's happening in the community, finding the right answer and serving that up to your customers in the community. But more than this, we wanted to use intelligence to help empower your agents to provide incredible service in this fourth industrial revolution. With Einstein Agent, your agent has a new best friend. What we're doing is Einstein is taking a look at all of the cases that are coming in. It's taking a look at what that case is about. It's figuring out how to prioritize them, how to classify them, how to do all of the heavy lifting. So by the time your agent starts working on that case, they spend their time focusing on customer success. That's incredible. But now, the million-dollar question is, do we have a bot? And yes, as you probably saw yesterday with Mark's keynote, we have Einstein bots. That's right, bots are hot. This is incredible. So, these are built not just with natural language processing so that they can figure out the intent of what your customer is asking, but what makes our bots special? Well, these are built natively on the platform. These are built so that they can take advantage of your CRM data and your customer service data. And all of this makes it easy for your admins to train and deploy them. Absolutely incredible power for your business. But of course, you have to train your agents for this new world. The fourth industrial revolution. They have to learn, how do they work with a bot? How do they talk to a bot? How do they get the seamless handoff from a bot when that bot has gone and collected the customer information and passes it over? Well, for that, we have Trailhead. What's amazing about Trailhead is that we have not only the Salesforce skills, these are trails that help your agents, your managers, your admins learn how to use our products, but we've got the job skills. These are trails that help your agents learn how to provide incredible service. And these trails are built on Trailhead, so it's fun, it's exciting. People are loving to use this. And more than that, you heard Mark talk yesterday about My Trailhead. And what's incredible about this is that we recognize that every single company has unique business challenges. There are things that you need to train your employees on. And now you can create those trails with My Trailhead. But enough talking about all of this. It's time to see all of this incredible technology in action. So please join me in welcoming to the stage my colleague, Melissa Melly. Take it away, Melissa.
Thank you. I'd like to introduce you to Hulu. And this is a company full of true trailblazers. This isn't just because of their award-winning TV shows or live streaming TV. It's because of their focus on that viewer engagement. Now, they call their support team viewer experience advocates. And that's because they're doing more than just transactional issues. Their focus is on engaging those viewers. How can they pull every single Hulu viewer into the best experience possible? They have 47 million viewers, and that number is not going to stop. They are looking now to scale that, using Salesforce, Einstein, and Service Cloud to provide that same great experience. I love Hulu. I watch Hulu all of the time. And I get an email about looking at live TV. When I look at this email, it's personalized to me. This is just 1 hour after I was looking at a help article, trying to learn more. This is all powered by the Marketing Cloud journey. It's taking all of that information from the Salesforce CRM to push out that right information to me based on the context of my experience with Hulu. I'm interested in live TV, so I want to learn more. Now, I go to the Hulu app, and help is everywhere. This experience is personalized to me based on my own profile. First article on top, college football. I love college football. And my USC Trojans, they need me. They need me to watch every game. I hear some Trojans, yes. And when I land in this experience, the best part about this is out-of-the-box technology using our customer community template. That means that any of you can spin up this great level of engagement for your own company. Now, what about those local broadcasts, Hulu? What about those? Well, when I go for more help, I get a whole menu of options. And this is all powered by Snap-ins. Snap-ins is taking all of those different support channels, bringing it in, and snapping it in to your web or your mobile experience. We've seen our customers do this with one line of code. Also, others have done this in one single day. Now, I start a chat. And when I start this chat, I am greeted by Einstein bot. This is a bot. And this is engaging me. It's like he knows me. It's a personalized conversation. This is using natural language processing, intent, and language APIs to pull me into that conversation. Now, this is what all of our customers have been waiting for. We have now democratized AI, and I'm going to introduce you to the Einstein Bot Builder. This is how this was created. And this is all based on clicks, not code. We are taking that fourth industrial revolution and feeding this AI technology to all of you. Now, I ask you, if you had a bot, what type of support interaction would you want to automate? Well, for Hulu, their focus is on engagement. And so they look for those opportunities to have their advocates help pull a viewer back in. So if a user wants to, let's say, switch plans to go to live TV, that's where the advocate can step in and give them that great experience. So with a few clicks, we've now added that logic. So when we go back to the conversation between me and the bot, and I switch to live TV, this is now getting escalated to a real viewer experience advocate. That was the action we just put in there. What about that? So now you're looking at Eddie's screen. This is the Lightning Service Console. Eddie can seamlessly step into that conversation because Einstein has given him that warm handoff. This console is completely customizable. So all of these components can be dragged and dropped to be based on your own business processes. Einstein's hard at work for Eddie, and in that upper right-hand corner, he can see articles I have already viewed in that help community. He has access to my social activity. Einstein is giving him my sentiment, how I feel about Hulu. And if Eddie needs more help, he's got knowledge at his fingertips. The right articles have been surfaced based on the context of this case. Now, Eddie's got to get to work, going to the center of the page, and this is where lightning flows kicks in. We have taken these simple processes and brought them right to Eddie so he can upgrade my plan. On top of that, engagement is all about what Hulu is doing for their viewers. They can take all of those apps I had no idea I had access to. Sports apps, I love sports. I now have access to that. Eddie's gonna serve that up. And finally, now that Eddie knows me, he's gonna take all of my favorite sports channels and put them into my stuff. So the next time I go into Hulu, I can definitely watch my Trojans every single time. Now that's a vision for how Hulu is looking to provide that great level of engagement, but at massive scale with Service Cloud and Einstein. Thank you. Back to you, Sarah.
Thank you, Melissa. All right, huge hand for Melissa. And how about a hand for our team back there driving the live demos? Thank you. So now I'd like to invite another trailblazer to the stage. Please help me welcome from Hulu, SVP and Head of Experience, Ben Smith. All right, Ben, thank you so much for joining us here at Dreamforce.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much for inviting us.
So first question on everybody's mind, what makes you a trailblazer?
Oh, well, first of all, thank you for saying that. Trailblazer is a big word, and it's a word I really like. For me, it starts from just a fundamentally simple place that a belief that tomorrow is going to be better than today because you're going to make it that way. No matter what kind of past success that we've had at Hulu, we know we can do better for our viewers, and that's what gives us the energy, the passion, and just the sheer excitement to wake up the next morning and do better for our viewers.
I love that. I love making every day better than we had today. So you're doing a lot of that with artificial intelligence and bringing that to life for your customers. I talk to a lot of customers here at Dreamforce, and people want to make that leap into AI, but they are always asking the question, what's the first step I should take? How did you figure out that first step for Hulu?
You know, for us, it starts with the viewer, focusing on the viewer and what they need. So for us, we have our viewer experience advocates, as Marissa mentioned a second ago. For them, they're really, really good at empathizing with the customer. So we know that when there's a customer, they get emotional. You want to watch your show, you're having problems with your internet, having problems with your device. They can empathize with that user and walk them through relatively complex situations. But we also know there's all kinds of things you just want quick answers to. What time is the game on? So that's about speed and efficiency and convenience. And those are the two ways that we can take the power of humans to empathize and the power of technology and put it into one package and let the user determine what they need.
That's fantastic. So final question for you. A lot of folks here are at different points on their journey, and some people are just starting out. You've been working with Salesforce for a while now. What is one piece of advice that you want to give to everybody here in the audience to take with them?
Yeah, I think the thing I would say to everyone, especially as you look at Einstein and artificial intelligence and bots, is to not be afraid of it. At the end of the day, you know what's going to serve your customers best. So focus on those scenarios and give it a try. You'll get some things right, you'll get some things wrong, but keep listening to your customer because you will make a better experience for them.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Ben.
Excellent.
And thank you to the entire Hulu team who is here with us. And with that, back to you, Bill.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am Meredith Flynn Ripley. I'm the VP of Mobile Messaging, and I am especially honored to be up here on stage because, as you'll notice, my last name is not Patterson. And I already have a lot of last names, so can't really change it at this point. Well, you heard from both Mark and Bill that Service Cloud and Salesforce is the world's #1 leading platform for service. And it's because of you, our customers doing awesome things. We put the customer at the center of all this by giving you that complete 360-degree view of that customer. And we also enable the most complete digital channel portfolio. Digital already comprises 42% of your contact center interactions. And analysts will tell you that digital is going to overtake voice in the next year. A very controversial statement, but it is inevitable. So it's incredibly important that we all understand the digital landscape. And we know it's a complex landscape. It's been a constant evolution since email as the first digital channel. It's created more and more interactions. New channels are emerging. Customer expectations are rising because of mobile. And we know it's hard. It's hard to deliver consistent service and engage with your customers over every channel. Well, you heard from Parker during the keynote yesterday that we make the complex possible. And that's why we've created the Digital Engagement Pack. This is a bundle that gives you all the channels your customers want to be communicating with you on today. It lets you engage on every channel and create amazing experiences. It lets you embed service in your company mobile app, like what Hulu is doing in their app. It lets you embed service on your websites, your mobile websites, and it future-proofs you for all those future channels, like supporting your customers in the mobile messaging apps that they're already using on their phones today. Did you know that people are messaging 5 times more on their phones than they're talking? And who are these people? It's actually all of us. Who has sent a text message during this keynote? Come on. I know there's some of you out there. Yeah, that's awesome, because we love to communicate via messaging. And we need to let our customers communicate with us that way too. And that's where Live Message comes in. We let your customers message with you the way they're texting with their friends and family. And it's this whole new disruptive type of messaging. It's different from how companies thought about messaging. It's asynchronous. So it's a lot of real time right away, and then there are lags, right? It's how we're all messaging all the time. And that means, from your customer's perspective, there's no more hold. It's at their utter convenience. You will see immediate positive impacts when you launch these channels in your contact center, because you'll see phone calls go down 15 to 20% and customer satisfaction rise at the same time. Now, full disclosure, these mobile messaging channels are very near and dear to my heart, because I was the CEO and co-founder of the company that created conversational messaging for businesses. And we were acquired by Salesforce last year. Haywire was in the App Exchange. I'm sure there are many partners here today. We were blown away by this vibrant ecosystem of customers looking for that digital disruption that Bill talked about. And it has been an incredible journey to be able to deliver conversational messaging, which means you need to use the apps your customers are already using. We support SMS and Facebook Messenger. And we're adding more channels. We're even working on channels that don't exist yet. We're working with Apple on the Apple Business Chat initiative. This is iMessage for Business. This will be available next year from Apple. And every single one of your Service Cloud agents will be able to engage in seamless conversations with any of your customers around the globe, anyone on an iOS device. This is the future of mobile messaging, and we're making it easy for you. Now, with all these channels, it's even more important to understand how your customers are using them, looking holistically at all of them, and how your agents are doing within them. So with our service analytics and pre-built dashboards, we give you those insights very quickly and easily. And with Einstein Discovery, you can uncover those top trends. Now, all these insights are available to you everywhere through the Service Analytics mobile app. Speaking of insights, it's pretty clear some of the best insights gained at Dreamforce is from seeing the technology in action. So we're going to share some of the trailblazing happening at Marriott. Marriott is the world's #1 leading hotelier. They have over 6,000 properties around the globe. I'm sure many of us are staying at a Marriott or a Starwood this week. And they are dedicated to engaging with their customers on every channel. So we're going to show you a little bit of their plans in mobile messaging. This is my iPhone. I have landed in SFO from Boston, my regular long flight. It's late, and I am hungry. I hop in a cab, and I search on my phone for the Marriott marquee, because I'm trying to figure out my food options this late. You'll notice I have a new option here. Whereas before I could only call or maybe go to the mobile website, I can now message with Marriott. So of course, I obviously prefer messaging. So I click the messaging button, and I'm popped immediately into a texting conversation with Marriott. I've texted to their 800 number that I could have called. I immediately get a response, and I let them know I'm trying to figure out my food options. Now let's look at the agent side of this conversation for a minute. This is Lightning Console. This is where all these digital channels are being orchestrated. And through the power of omni-channel routing, which becomes even more important when you think about all these digital channels that are streaming in, I am routed to the right agent. In this case, it's Jared from the Marriott Marquis. So he accepts my conversation, but if you look at the top of the screen, you'll see he's having other conversations over Facebook Messenger, some international SMS, and this is the power of mobile messaging. Agents can typically handle 7 to 10 conversations simultaneously. Yes, really. In fact, we have some customers that tell us their agents are doing 15 to 17 conversations. And this is back to that asynchronous nature of messaging. It's very bursty. So agents are seeing this completely cohesively, and they are happy and productive and handling much more than they would typically handle. So back to the conversation. Through the power of the Salesforce platform, Jared sees my entire profile. He sees I'm a very loyal Marriott member, sees all of my information, and answers my question. But if you'll see, he goes a step further. He says, yes, there's food available. Why don't we look at the menu? And he gives me the in-room dining option. Now, look at that screen, because this is modern messaging. I am scrolling through menus, I'm clicking through graphics and pictures. It's faster and easier than ever to communicate. And soon, it's really going to be considered old school that we were typing all of our messaging conversations on a keyboard. It really will be. We'll go, wow, remember that? So I make my selection. Jared asks when I'm arriving at the hotel so that he can make sure the food is waiting for me. So I'm pretty psyched. At this point, I'm happy. My day's gotten a lot better. But the power of the platform kicks in because he sees that I have checked in already with the Marriott mobile app. I have my Marriott mobile key card, and I am a Platinum Elite Reward member. So he automatically upgrades me to the concierge floor. So I am thrilled. I was a loyal Marriott customer, and I'm even more loyal because of this memorable, transformative experience that's happened because Marriott is dedicated to digital engagement, to using the power of all these technology channels that Salesforce unlocks, coupled with that complete profile of the customer. So that's a quick little glimpse. I would love to thank my Marriott associate, Jared, and Live Message Product Manager. Thank you, Jared. And I'm especially excited to invite from Marriott their Chief Digital and Revenue Officer, Brian King, to the stage to share his insights with all of us. Woo! Thank you.
How are you? You look so sparkly.
Thank you.
Like your sparkling personality, right?
Thank you, Brian. Thank you so much for being here. Really excited about working with you on all these groundbreaking new technologies. So could you share with everyone what makes you a trailblazer?
Well, first of all, I work with an amazing team of associates around the globe, so it's definitely a partnership with the people who serve our customers every day. But I think from a trailblazing perspective, I grew up on a small dairy farm. And the one thing that always scared me at the farm were silos. I never liked silos. Now I'm in business, and I like silos even less.
Right?
Yeah. Right? It's about building networks. And I think a true trailblazer in today's ever-changing business world has to build networks. Networks of associates, networks of technology, all working together. So that's how I think you trailblaze today.
Cool. So I'm sure as many of us in this room, they're like me, travel a lot. And running a hotel is incredibly complex. And at the scale of Marriott, it must be unbelievably complex. Yet, Marriott always makes it seem so easy. How do you do that?
Well, thank you. We try. I think at the heart of it starts with the DNA of our associates, and we truly believe in the mission of hospitality. Every night, 1 million customers stay with us, and we are responsible for their welfare, how they're doing, that they have a great night's sleep, and they can accomplish their task. So our associates believe in that mission of taking great care of our customers. And I think one of the reasons that we're able to make things seamless is having technology that enables that. There's nothing more our associates like to do than spend time with our customers versus doing some kind of routine activity. So being able to have the heart of hospitality in the forefront with technology that supports that, that's how we make it look seamless. And there's sometimes noise, but we never want you to see that. Keep that behind the door.
So what made you choose the Salesforce platform?
You know, I think when I think about our associates, we have 650,000 associates that wear the Marriott badge every day around the globe. And only 3% of those associates actually work above property. These are people who are working in our hotels every day. And we wanted a partner that could scale with us very, very quickly, and something that was really intuitive and easy to use and could integrate into our network, something in the cloud and something that was seamless. And a great example of that is we deployed case management at all of our hotels. And we were doing a subset of our brands. We did 3,000 hotels in 24 hours around the globe with our case management software supplied by Salesforce, the CRM. And it was a flawless execution with 100% take rate from our associates. So that's the kind of power that our two companies working together have formed. It's seamless, it's integrated, and it's intuitive for our associates. And that's what really matters to me, that our associates serving our customers can be front and center with them and not locked up in a computer somewhere.
That is awesome. I am always blown away by the amazing things that our customers are doing. Wow, thank you. So we saw a little bit of your mobile messaging plans, but can you share with us a little bit more about the roadmap ahead?
Yes, next year's all about the ABCs, Apple Business Chat. So we are excited to integrate that platform working with Salesforce. So our agents, we have 24 call centers around the world, customer engagement centers we actually call them now, with 10,000 associates serving customers various ways they want to interact with them. And no matter how they choose to interact with us, a call, a quick swipe or a click, we are there to interact with them. And certainly chat is changing and revolutionizing the way our centers work, both on property as well as our call center. So Apple Business Chat for us is going to be an important endeavor, and we're excited to partner with you on that.
Cool, cool. So one last question. If you could share with the folks here some piece of advice, maybe how can they help their C-level, their version of you, to really understand and embrace digital engagement?
You know, I think any executive knows the most important thing that he or she has in their arsenal of success is their customers. And you have to empathize with your customer journey at a deep and emotional level. I think we all come with a frame of reference where we grew up or socialized. You have to put that all aside and really live the customer journey. And then you'll discover the points of friction. And you'll also discover the points of delight. How can you eliminate the friction and increase the delight? Our job is to make magic happen with our customers every day, so it's seamless when you stay with us. So as you have that conversation with C-level executives, starting with the customer journey, showing where you have pain points, and showing where you have delight, because usually where the delight, the money follows the delight. So follow the money trail, and it'll sell in the C-suite.
Awesome. Well, Brian, thank you for being such an amazing trailblazer, and thank you to the Marriott team here and watching.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. And now, back to you, Bill.
How about those demos? Service is the gift that keeps on giving. And what's amazing about the Service Cloud platform is we keep providing new innovation, introducing new ways to engage your customers, and keep operating and transforming service like never before. Over the last year, we have delivered hundreds of new features, but I want to especially say thank you to you, our community, our ecosystem, for really inspiring us to create this new innovation. You know, over 250 features have come from you, our trailblazers, to incorporate into our innovation platform. So please give yourselves a round of applause for sharing that great innovation with us. Some of the amazing innovation you saw in the demonstrations today: like Field Service Lightning, the Android and iOS mobile applications, the omni-channel routing engine, the platform that makes it possible to bring all your channels together and route information to the agents wherever they're working, actually came from our ecosystem and the ideas on XD Exchange. So again, this is part of our commitment to continuing to innovate with you all. And again, I could not be more excited to represent this ecosystem here at Dreamforce. All of this makes us together #1 in service. It's not just about our innovation, it's about what you do with our innovation that makes Service Cloud so special. The scale that we transform with together, the ability for us to elevate service, to empower our agents, and to engage our customers like never before is truly, truly what we believe helps drive that next generation of service transformation. So I do want to thank you today for coming to our keynote. I want to thank you for, again, committing to transform service for your own organization. And I wish you all the best as you continue to push new paths and blaze your own trail for service transformation into the future. Join us later today in the Service Lodge just after this session where we can celebrate that success together. If you can't join us there, join us online. And if not, have a great Dreamforce. Thank you, everybody.